This video is to show you how we're going to do today's worksheet, which is doing it advanced find and replace. We're going to be replacing formatted text. So we're going to search for a word, or rather a character combination, and replace it with the same character combination that has formatting. Now Google Docs cannot do this on its own, and so we're going to have to use the add-on that we set up in class the other day. So we're going to go to add-ons, advanced find and replace. I'm going to go to find and replace. First thing we're going to do is make sure that your cursor is at the beginning of the document so that it starts at the beginning and goes all the way to the end. You're going to do a search for the word super. Now, I typed all capital letters. It doesn't necessarily have to be all capital letters. It will find lowercase and uppercase, but I just did it because it's going to be replacing it with that as well. And I'm going to say find what super, who's any formatting at all, and replace it with super. And I'm going to change the formatting this time. I'm going to make it bold, and I'm going to make it superscripted. And if you remember, superscripted is font that is above the regular font. So I'm going to click right here and make it superscripted. So it says find what super, who's any formatting at all, and replace it with super, with bold, and superscripted. Now notice that I am keeping the case. I'm putting the case on there so that it is replacing with case. You could actually click a couple more buttons and make it replace with that. So I want to find the word super when it is in the word super sub and make it superscripted. So just this part of the word is going to become superscripted. So I'm going to click and put my cursor at the beginning. I'm going to click replace all, and it takes a couple seconds, and it replaced. Notice it made it superscripted, and it also made it bold. Now, let's zoom in just a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. Okay. Now I'm going to put my cursor at the beginning. I'm going to do a different kind of search this time. I'm going to do a search for the word sub, and I'm going to replace it with sub. But I do not want it to be superscripted. I want it to be subscripted. But in the directions it says find the word sub when it's in the word super sub and make it subscripted. The problem is that it's going to find sub here, and it's going to find sub here, and I don't want it to find and replace all of those. It can find it, but I don't want to replace it. So in order to do this, I'm going to put my cursor at the beginning. I do not click on replace all this time. I'm going to click on find next. It finds that one right here and says, okay, is that one in the word super sub? Yes. So I'll click on replace. So notice it says replace selected. You've replaced some text in your sub. It's restricted to this current selection. That's good. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now I'm going to click on find the next one. Do I want to replace that one? Is it in the word super sub? No. So I'm going to say find next. Do I want to replace this one? Is it in the word super sub? Yes. So I'll click replace, and I have to OK that message. Now look, it says to go into settings menu and disable this to see this every time, but I think it's a good idea to double check your work. So I'll say find next. Do I want to replace that one? Is it in the word super sub? No. Is this one in the word super sub? No. So find next. Is this one in the word super sub? Yes. So I'll replace it, and I'll continue doing that through the document until I reach the end.